Hello there. A while back I discussed Adventure Time, a series on Cartoon Network that showcased the creator's imaginative vision and resulted in a vibrant and original series with multi-age appeal. Sitting alongside Adventure Time on the CN lineup is Regular Show, yet another show straight from the CalArts School of Animated Television Series, and while I don't put it on the same level as the Pendleton Ward Show, J.G. Quintel has still created an original series that's certainly different from what we might see in television animation aimed at a family audience. Regular Show centers on the misadventures of a couple of laid-back park caretakers called Mordecai and Rigby. As the title of the series suggests, it mostly involves some regular escapades as they do their work, and then as the episode goes on, it becomes crazier and crazier and almost out of control. I've lost count of the number of episodes where Mordecai or Rigby almost destroy the park, or even the entire world for that matter. Usually it's through their own sheer laziness, or because of the demands of their boss, Benson. Nonetheless, once you start an episode of Regular Show, you never know where they're going to end up. Mordecai tends to be the more level-headed of the two, as he tries to be responsible, but nonetheless ends up involved in these scraps. Rigby would rather just play video games the entire day, and tries to make a lot of his work into a game. He is also very influential in getting Mordecai into even the most stupid of activities. Despite their disagreements, it's obvious these two are perfect for each other, and the writers do a fantastic job of handling their relationship. However, as great as Mordecai and Rigby are, my favorite Regular Show character is Benson, their boss. Yes, he is a gumball machine, but it's one of those things we just accept with no questions asked. It just fits the universe these characters inhabit. The series actually manages to walk a fine line in giving Benson a lot of unlikable traits, but you still kind of understand his frustration at times, considering all the hijinks that ensue in Mordecai and Rigby's presence. His best bits are always when he enters a temper tantrum, which are almost always funny. We also have Pops, the park owner's son, who is just an old-timey man who just wants to giggle and do all sorts of fun activities, though he's easily frightened. The writers also have a lot of fun and make him say a lot of non-sequitur phrases that somehow make sense. The only character in this wild bunch I don't particularly like is Muscle Man. I just find him to be overly obnoxious, and he frankly grates on my nerves. Maybe we're supposed to be irritated by him, but I feel Quintel and his team went too far and just made him a nuisance, and the episodes that center on him tend to be my least favorite. Regular Show definitely takes a page from the Slacker Comedy Handbook, but the humor definitely works, with the conversations Mordecai and Rigby have being very funny. In a way, it's almost like a more family-friendly Beavis and Butthead, except there isn't any social commentary, and the two leads don't annoy me. In fact, some of the duo's funniest moments are when they launch into their singing. It's also humorous seeing the banter between them, whether they're playing an intense video game or arguing over something as minute as a slice of pizza. Watching Regular Show, Mordecai and Rigby even remind me of a certain video game playing duo at times. Just watch and listen.
Oh, next time on Game Grumps, more reminiscing of shit of days gone by.
God, has it already been fucking 10 minutes?
Dude, these fly by because the game is cool.
So much fun with you, Dan.
I love you.
Oh, I have to burp.
Oh no.
J.G. Quintel also gives the show a very retro feeling, as the characters are shown playing a classic Nintendo system and even watch VHS cassettes. He even litters the soundtrack with 1980s songs. It's actually refreshing in this day and age of so many television series embracing the modern age to see something that has nostalgic memories for the days of yesteryear. It actually serves as an interesting contrast to Adventure Time, which is set in the future, and then you have Regular Show, which appears to be set about 20 years ago. It's obvious Quintel took a lot from his youth in creating the show. The retro style even extends to how the animation is done. Almost all animated series nowadays are done on the computer or electronic devices, but Regular Show is actually animated with pencil and paper. While I have no problems with the current Cintiq look modern animated shows have, it's very refreshing to see something like Regular Show going for the more traditional approach to animation. Regular show also sometimes veers into rather dark territories, enough that a DVD was recently released consisting primarily of scary episodes. The Grim Reaper is even a character on the show, though he can sometimes be shown as laid back as Mordecai and Rigby are. And honestly, that's probably the best way to describe this series. Laid back. The whole series feels like Quintel and his friends just having fun, drawing wild ideas, and then animating it. It's no surprise Quintel was the voice of Mordecai, because you really get the sense that him and the character almost one and the same. Though I imagine Quintel doesn't slack off too much when he's got an entire series he's running. I'm not really the binge-watching type, but Regular Show is a series that's not hard to marathon, and have a good time with. It's got a fun set of characters, well, most of them, and the animation is certainly appealing. I don't think it has quite the depth of Adventure Time, but as a basic comedy series with two likable leads at the center, it does a lot right. In conclusion, while I don't necessarily watch Regular Show, regularly, I still think it's a very good series, and J.G. Quintel has certainly done an impressive job of bringing his unique trademarks and ideas to the series. Cartoon Network is continually showing an affinity for unique concepts brought to life by young, talented minds, and Regular Show is definitely yet another strong example that approach to television works. See you next time.